it's not true. Wanted a woman, never bargained for you. Lots of people talking, few of them know. Soul of a woman was created.
Roll call, please.
Okay. Trustee White?
Yes.
Trustee South?
Here.
Treasurer Warner?
Here.
Supervisor Warner?
Here.
Clerk Moore? Here.
All presents. Approval of the agenda. Any additions or deletions? Yeah, I have one. Communication or community connection, sorry, it's church group. Just need to discuss what they'd like to discuss. If you just put that under new business, under MTA, just a reminder,
Connection.
community connection. Okay? And then we'll discuss when you're down there. Any others?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda with the addition.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. Approval of the meeting minutes from June 28th, 2023.
I have one that when I was reading it, I think it, but
Excuse me? Hi, there doesn't seem to be any sound. Yvonne's not getting it and I'm not getting it.
sorry guys, how about that?
How about that?
Much better, thank you.
Okay. So under the municipal civil infraction, that was a vote to get more information, and that doesn't really sound like that. I don't know what you guys think, but,
Development program of collecting operating procedures, ordinances and other material. That's definitely what that is.
Well,
or it's not clear that we're looking for further information though.
right, well, it says needed to implement, so it's,
Needed to make a decision whether to
That would
Yeah.
be- That would be to implement if we decide to do it or not.
okay.
And it's already been ordered. It should be here this week. Yep, maybe.
How much reading is involved?
What's that?
How much reading is involved?
Yeah,
How much reading is involved?
probably a lot.
Okay,
Just the whole package.
I could tear that apart.
Should it be changed to needed to vote on?
It wasn't
Think
for
it's
a
good the
vote.
way it is?
It was only to
I know.
obtain information.
More
That's what it
information for the
says.
Right.
board.
To move forward with development program of collecting operating procedures, ordinances, and all other materials needed to implement. That doesn't mean we're implementing, it doesn't mean we voted, it simply means that we're collecting information in order to present it to the board.
Okay.
I just simply asked permission to get that, that's all I did, which was granted.
Yes. So we wanted more information.
Yep. Any other discussion about the minutes?
No, that's all I had.
Yep. I'll make a motion to approve.
I will second.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. On down to treasurer's report.
In the general fund, we have $399,038.64. In the water fund, we have $146,310.47. In the cemetery fund, we have $47,889.87. And in the road fund, we have $346,479.43. And in the park fund, we have $177.04.
Are we needing to move any money on checking?
We probably should.
I'm sorry?
We should. I would say 25,000 from the money market to checking,
Which money market?
the
Right,
first
Which
one,
two? A second.
the very first one.
You want out of the first one?
Yep.
Okay.
The money market, 031 is ARPA, and 032 is the marijuana fee. So it can only come out of that first one,
Got it.
How much did you want?
25 grand.
Okay.
So we'll separate these two?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
I'll second it. Yep. You wanna make that motion of moving now?
Kind of vote on.
No, well, we
Yeah,
gotta vote on
yeah.
the first one.
We're on the treasurer's report now, make the motion.
Hold on, wait,
Ken, you made the
I did.
motion, the second was,
You made the motion, Ken second.
oh, I did, that's right. Yeah, that's. Okay, now we're all set. Roll call vote, Clerk Lamore, yes. Treasurer, or excuse me, Trustee White,
Yes.
Trustee South,
Yes,
Supervisor Werner,
Yes.
and Treasurer Werner.
Yes.
Okay, motion passes 5-0. Now we can do the second one.
I'll make a motion to move 25,000 from first money market to checking account in the general fund. Second one.
Roll call vote. Trustee White,
Yes.
Trustee South,
Yes,
Clerk Lamore, yes. Treasurer Werner,
Yes.
Supervisor Werner.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay. I'm down to some payables.
Payables right now, we have a direct expense of $8,229, an immediate payment off of that of $3,197.57.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
Okay, any other discussion? Roll call vote. Trustee White,
Yes.
Clerk Lamore, yes. Treasurer Werner,
Yes.
Supervisor Werner,
Yes.
and Trustee South.
yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay. Down to public comment.
I'd like to comment on the Open Meetings Act violation. I looked at the minutes from last meeting. Ellen made a comment that there was an email saying essentially that the prosecutor wasn't taking her up, wasn't taking it up. But the question I have is, where is the actual report?
With the prosecutor.
Yeah, yes.
I
So-
spoke with the Detective Butt, who emailed me
Send that.
that it had been submitted to the prosecutor, and the prosecutor declined.
Somewhat understandable. They don't like to deal with Open Meetings Act. Michigan is one of the worst states that are 50 for disclosures and that kind of stuff. But what that all had to deal with, and this is why Jay is here, you guys went into a closed session for disciplinary hearing. Both he and Craig Smith gave you the statute saying that they have the right to an open meeting. In fact, it's just the opposite, as maybe you understood it, Evelyn. He has to ask for a closed meeting, and you have the right to deny that. but he asked for an open meeting multiple times. You guys were given the statute, and you went into a closed session. Furthermore, and this is all recorded, you didn't vote to go into closed session. So it's an illegal closed session. So I don't know what the prosecutors are doing, but that's a clear violation of the Open Meetings Act with the kids.
I guess that's, you have to take that up with her, I mean, that's, all we can do is, okay, thank you. Right. I mean, that's,
Can we get a copy of that email from the detective that she's talking about?
prosecutor.
I think that with the prosecutor, you can get that, cause that's actually to my personal email.
Well, you made it public when you put it on the agenda. It's in the public domain now.
I don't think it was put in the agenda.
It was not on the agenda, it was something that I made a comment on
Right, you brought it out to the public. Now I wanna see it.
during public.
Then FOIA it from the prosecutor or the state police.
Yeah.
Not for us to decide or comment on further.
Well, the other comment I have to add to that is that because that was an illegal closed session, you guys didn't properly, it should have been open. I mean, the statute is clear.
Closed, that's a closed issue.
That's not a
because
closed
the
issue,
state-
Phil.
The state police closed it.
It's not a closed
It
issue.
is. The
It's
state
being-
police,
it's being
you
a-
deal with the state police, we're not gonna sit here and argue about it.
Well, I'm just trying to update everybody on what went on, and that meeting, you guys, the secret meeting was recorded.
That's fine.
That was
By who?
recorded.
By who?
Oh, I think you'll figure it out when you see it online, Phil.
Well,
And the state police saw that recording.
Okay.
So,
that's good, that's
okay,
good.
and I'm just, points of order. The next thing you
Next
did,
point of order is that's a closed meeting. A closed session is not to be recorded by anyone outside that machine for this office.
the police disagreed with you, because they watched the recording.
Who was in the room to record it?
You have to figure that one out,
Well, we
Phil.
already did.
Okay?
Enough said, Mark.
Okay, the last
I don't
point
think we
here.
should hear any more of this.
The last point here, and this is my time to talk, Phil. Stop trying to shut people down.
I'm just
The last point is, and I'm being civil, but the last point is, in the next meeting, you guys voted to change the minutes to say that Jay had agreed to go into closed session. He never agreed to go into closed session. That's a felony. That's serious. You guys need to talk to the attorney, because that's really serious.
thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any? No? Okay. Whole business. Downtown discussion, anybody?
No, nothing really, except the, MDOT had contractors come in and do some, work for the, curbs in several locations throughout town so they can get ready to pave. That's all I can say.
Yep, I think they took out a couple entrances into some old driveways and things.
Exactly.
Yep, put a solid curb down through there, so it's coming, it's happening. Cell phone tower, I'd like to defer that. And then the civil infraction, you said no paperwork come in on that?
Not yet, no.
Not yet?
I'll say I'm seeing a lot of talks from other townships heading in that same direction on the MTA thread emails I'm on. There's a lot of questions, so if we opt to go in that direction, at least we'll have support with surrounding townships that are entering on board and, doing something new too.
Alright,
Maybe we should hang back and see how they like it.
There's a lot of talk on those MTA threads, so come on there right now.
Hmm.
defer that, keep it on there, well,
Yeah, we have.
maybe next week. We didn't decide on nothing. Okay. New business. Presentation from Brandy, and this is, are you Brandy?
Yeah, I'm Randy.
Okay,
I'm Randy.
you're up.
Thank you guys for having me. I am Brandy Radical. I'm the project manager for the Otsego County Economic Alliance. And I oversee a program called the Michigan Tri-Share Child Care Program for the state of Michigan. I've got 6 counties, which are Otsego, Crawford, Mount Morency, Roscommon, Oscoda, and Ogama. So the program is a company will sign up, pay a third of the cost for childcare expenses. My grant through the state of Michigan pays a third of the cost of childcare expenses, leaving the parent to only pay a third of the cost of childcare expenses. So it's really helping parents pay that daycare bill and also can help the employer with retention and can be used as a hiring tool within the hiring process. So I wanted to bring it to your attention and see if I can get some more promoting out in your community about this program. I do have, I think 10 companies signed up, and I'm helping families pay their daycare bill. And I'm wondering if I can just help some more here in this county.
Is there an age limit to the daycare? I mean,
Well, there's not an
You don't go
age
40,
limit,
does
it does have to be a licensed daycare through the state of Michigan or a licensed camp. And then there is, an income requirement, so you have to be between 200 and 325% over the poverty level. So you can go from infant to, they say 11, 12 years old, which is about the cutoff. And they do help, before school, after school childcare, like latchkey programs. They do, help regular daycare. So for example, Otsego County has the Otsego County Sportsplex that has a summer camp throughout the summer. It is licensed through the state of Michigan. So I pay for a third of the cost of those kids going there. It's $145 a week, and it's about it comes out to about $48.33 for that parent to only pay for the week. So it really cuts it down. And then, we also help, the whole entire process is on me. So I help on the provider side, I help on the employer side, I help on the parent side, I do all of the work. So any questions that you have, you just deter them to me.
Since we don't have a licensed daycare operating here, do you help them if someone's interested in setting that up?
Yeah, I can point them in the right direction for sure. And they have programs through the state of Michigan that are trying to help with people, with funds, with starting daycares or daycare centers, things like that.
Very good.
So I wanted to, get this out here, and I see that you guys have my flyers.
Yeah.
You can give them to anyone you share it with anyone that you know. And then we're branded by the state of Michigan, this is their flyer that they hand out. And then I'll leave these two because my, information may have changed, we did move. Oh, we got the good one, yep, you got the right one, yep.
Is there expiration on the grant money?
You know what, I just sat in, a meeting through the state of Michigan yesterday. They've got a 5-year plan going out to 2028. So I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon, and I'm just trying to give away money. I've got money to help people with. And it's for that section that's just over DHHS guidelines. So if you fall over 200 to that 325%, that's who I'm looking for. And it is, you can do the infant, and then, like I said, kids go to school, sometimes they need help in that latchkey program, that's the after-school program. I find though, getting into some of my counties that they don't have after-school programs. Do you guys know if you do?
Our Atlanta school offers it,
Oh, good, okay.
but it's more for like a study session for kids that need extra
I don't
help
think
with
it's an
math.
actual latchkey, but.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's just kind of a,
Yeah, see, the latchkey will have a license through the state of Michigan that will show that they are watching kids from, 3 to 5 or whatever it is.
yeah, it's not
To
like
help,
that.
okay, it's more of an educational
Yeah.
purpose, yeah. And I find that too, like right now, there's summer school going on, well, that's not a camp, that's not licensed, that's just for educational purposes, yeah. And the other great thing about this program is businesses can sign up, nonprofits can sign up, and I can help self-employed people. So with self-employed people, I look at their taxes, and I put them against this grid for the 200 to 325%, and see if they fall into that, and it's really that simple. That's where I make, the decision if they are approved or not, and then the approval is good for 2 years, so I don't look at it again for 2 years.
Is it still a requirement that the employees for the daycare be part of a union? Because I know that was an issue.
Not that I know of, no.
Okay.
No. Yeah, so may I leave some more flyers with you guys?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. I'll do that. Did anyone have any questions?
Anybody else? She does.
Did you say Alpena County also?
You know what, it's not Alpena. Probably in the future I will take over Alpena, but at this time I don't have Alpena. It is Otsego, Crawford, Roscommon, Montmorency, Oscoda, and Ogama. So those were the same counties that we helped with the small business relief funds for COVID. I wrote all the grant checks for those that went to all of those counties. So when we applied for the grant for this program, we applied for those same counties because we were familiar with who they were and what they do. So I think in the future though, we will be moving in that direction. The whole state of Michigan is not covered by this program. There are 13 hubs across the state of Michigan, and you can find those online at michigan.gov. But they are still working at getting people to get into those different counties.
So if a person is receiving assistance through the state of Michigan through the CDC program, then they would not be eligible?
No, because they're already getting assistance, yeah. They're below the 200%, which is the cutoff there, yeah. And if someone does, if I'm looking at someone and trying to qualify them, and they do fall below that 200%, then I do have to refer them to DHHS. If they're in between the 200 to 325, then I can move forward with an approval for the program. If they're over the 325, I do have a little leeway there. I can get a waiver. I can go to the state of Michigan and say, hey, this person's a couple $1,000s or 5% over at the threshold there, and they can put an approval in for me. So they're
The
kind of
reason I
flexible.
ask is I work for DHS, and so I would like to be able to have some of these to put out
Yeah.
for those that don't qualify. for
Absolutely. Can I give you some more flyers? Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Mhm. Anyone else have any questions?
I got one. If someone is living in Alpena County, but they work in Montmorency or another county that you cover, does it help that way?
You know what, great question. It is employer-based, so the employer must be in one of my counties. If the employer's in one of my counties, you can have your daycare in a totally different county. You can, work in a different, the headquarters has to be in one of my counties type thing.
Okay.
So for instance, Gaylord Eye Care has a Gaylord facility, has a Charlevoix facility, has a Sheboygan facility. I only have the one in Otsego County, which is the Gaylord facility. Because everything is headquartered out of the Gaylord facility, I can help all three of his locations when he signed up, so.
And are there no licensed daycares in Atlanta? Or in
I
Montmorency
didn't-
County?
I didn't see, I don't think so, but, very few, if there is.
It's definitely a need here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you know what, it's a need everywhere.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is what I'm finding. And I don't know what people do with their kids, like,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
Trying to do it both then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not speaking from experience here.
Yeah, so anyone that would be interested in maybe opening a daycare or looking into the funds for a daycare center, I can definitely point them in the right direction. And if they need help looking for childcare or would like help paying for childcare, I can help them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if anyone,
Awesome.
any more questions? Awesome, well, thank you, thanks
Thanks
for
for
having
All
me.
right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks for coming, you guys, yes. And call me if anything comes up.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
Okay.
have a good night.
Thank
Yep, you too.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Some of that in your free time? All right, just a reminder of the MTA picnic, tomorrow. I think, everybody had a RSVP if you're going or not, so you know if you're going. It's tomorrow. Okay? Last one, Communication Connection, is a church group. They kinda come to Lindsay, they like to, have a fire pit down in the old rink area. And it says on our park ordinances, no ground fires down at the park. So they were pretty quick to point out that the rally people have fire pits in the park. But at the same time, the rally people have insurance in case something were to happen. They do not hold the township liable,
And it's in winter.
and it's in the winter. I mean, I understand it's, rock and hard spot.
Would they bring their own little portable fire pit?
It just says I mean, it didn't say nothing about a yuppie pit or a ring or anything else. They would just like a fire pit down in the old rink area.
When you guys were looking at planning out the park, did you ever think about something like that?
No. We looked at doing something in that area, but our plans don't include anything in that area right now.
Yeah,
I don't think the fire danger is gonna be, looks like it's gonna rain.
When's the date on it?
8/11.
You mean a one-time
Oh.
fire pit? Or
Yeah.
that you want, okay.
Yeah, one-time fire pit while they're down there.
Roast marshmallows.
Okay, they didn't, okay. I was
Yeah,
thinking-
well, they didn't say roast marshmallows, it just, I don't know, it's, probably is. You probably having a fire with a bunch of kids. I think that was concern of why the last board said no.
And if they had, bonfires on it,
For toboggan run day and stuff like that, yeah. Again, through the winter, through the,
at Halloween.
and our ordinance allows that out there,
For night.
but not down in the park. So,
It's on August 11th?
8/11/23 is in the evening is what she said. I read my note.
I would say if they brought in barbecue grills or something like that, and they wanna do it, marshmallows over those, that's fine, but as far as a fire, that would be a violation.
Right, that's a violation of what was put out there for the park. Like I said, it's been brought to our attention that we let other people do it.
Well, like you said, they're insured.
Yeah. So,
And it's the time of the year.
I mean, it's just,
Risks low.
We'll, if we look at this, we still got time to look at this before they have this. And, maybe they can come up with an idea of insurance or who knows what.
yeah,
Or even just a portable,
like I said, just a little yuppie pit or something that, you know, keep kids from jumping it, falling in it, whatever. Defer it, think about it,
I would prefer,
vote yes, vote no,
yeah.
Defer?
I would think we should defer it until we have more information on what they're willing to do and
alright,
so on.
Yeah, we got a lot of meetings going on.
alright. That's it for new business. Board statements? Courtney, you been anywhere?
I know Chamber rescheduled to tomorrow, they had a couple people have surgery, so their business meeting's tomorrow, and I'm unfortunately traveling, but I will catch up with Clint and get the rundown.
Okay. Vanessa,
Tomorrow.
tomorrow? Hey, I went to the fire board meeting yesterday. All is well down at the fire department. So, we'll go with that. Short meeting down there. That's just kinda between seasons, between grass fires and house fires. So it's just, it's smooth right now. Evelyn, you been anywhere?
next week.
Next week? Phil?
At a planning commission meeting, the planning commission met and went over Article 4 once again to finish it up, and I think Denise, from back when she was here and working on putting it together, is very satisfied with where we are at the moment. We're right on target with our timeline, getting this accomplished. We don't have a final back yet as to what it's going to say when it's all said and done. And then it'll be reviewed by the planning commission in move upward and onward from there all the way to the county level. So, that's where we are.
Okay. That was in the board statements. Public comment.
Hey, one comment on the fireworks, I've watched them every year, and, people over, that was the shortest fireworks I've ever experienced, I think it was less than 10 minutes, what happened?
$7,000 for 10 minutes,
So they said,
Yeah,
no, there
right.
was an error with the company.
or 7.5 minutes, sorry,
Yeah.
but, I mean, that was,
Apparently,
was
they were,
just-
yeah,
the price of them was skyrocketed.
it was supposed to be a 15-minute show, and they didn't do it. And I guess the chamber was just as shocked as everyone else of, wait, that's it, they're done?
Did you guys get some of your money back?
So I know that they're in talks with them of, yeah, either adding to next year's or getting a refund, because that wasn't what was planned, I know that.
Because there were a ton of people, I went by the high school in Tennisville, now there were a ton of people.
Yeah, I think they had like a record
And it was like
turnout.
everybody was kind of stunned.
Yeah.
Well, and a little bit of everything, I know they opted for Saturday the 2nd instead of the 4th, or whatever it was,
Tuesday.
because,
Yeah.
right, instead of on the 4th, because you could get a better show cheaper, because they would be so busy on the 4th elsewhere.
They issued
Yeah,
a,
still
like
didn't
a
get
public
much of a show.
apology on Facebook about, on the chamber page too, if you check that out.
But, yeah, it was pretty thin.
Yep.
But
It was good,
that's
though.
a chamber thing.
Yeah,
All 7 minutes. right?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Any other public comment? No? Okay,
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Vanessa? I guess I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay,
This is
we're
a,
adjourned.
this is a new record.
I was gonna say, our planning commission meetings, and Phil can attest to them, run about 3 hours.
Yeah,
So-
I'm used to about 2.
We'll just give you a break
2.5
this
here.
week.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep,